I do a lot of talking to try to lead these guys with my voice a lot. You know, my voice is very powerful, and I mean, you guys know what he do on the court. This is what I've always wanted, playing with Kobe. I don't have no excuse now.
Ready to run the floor, boy.
If he didn't go to Miami, we'd be talking about Bron differently.
But what if Bron went to LA to play with Kobe and not Miami?
He probably would have been a champion, but I don't think he would have been the leader that he is. And if he did become that leader, I don't think it would have been till later in his career.
What an emotional day here, because even though we know that this is Kobe's house, we know that LeBron James, welcome, baby.
He was already headed here as long as the Lakers didn't drop the ball.
I reached out to Kobe just a minute ago, and he is ecstatic.
I'm really excited for our young players because they get a chance to watch him work.
I'm ecstatic. I think it was the right situation, the right call for him to make. He wasn't going to get anything accomplished in Cleveland. That was obvious.
Yeah, but if he would have went over to LA, I don't think he still would have been a leader like that, because I don't think Kobe would have wanted to teach him how to be a leader.
Why would the Lakers have been the best landing spot for LeBron?
You know, we've played together on several Olympic teams.
In Kobe's book, Mamba Mentality, he recalled how he tried to lead and influence LeBron. The main thing LeBron and I discussed was what constitutes a killer mentality.
What was your message to him?
Well, the message is always to go out there and dominate. Right? There's no let up. Once the game starts and once the practice begins, you're in that mode. Everything's a game 7.
Our first practice, it's kind of a surreal moment, because everyone's like kind of watching to see what's LeBron gonna do, what's Kobe gonna do.
And when you approach every practice, every game with that kind of mentality, it bleeds into the rest of the guys. And then the rest of the unit has that same approach and that same intensity, but it starts at the top.
He watched how I approached every single practice, and I constantly challenged him. One half, when we were messing around, I came into the locker room at halftime and asked the guys what in the hell we were doing. In the second half, LeBron responded in a big way. He came out with a truly dominant mindset, and I've seen him lead that way ever since. If it's a lie, Bean told it.
I think it's just important for Bron just to be himself and continue to do what he's been doing.
But I think with LeBron and Kobe, was the 4 o'clock workouts that Kobe did. LeBron sees that, okay, you working, I'm gonna work.
But Kobe would have no choice but to allow LeBron to play his role, though. LeBron would be dishing him the ball.
LeBron whips it cross court.
Off to Kobe Bryant!
LeBron would make him feel good. He would see LeBron's work ethic. He'll respect you. If you work, he didn't respect Dwight because Dwight wasn't working like that.
I have a way that I think winning should be done, which is, hard work, and it's a challenging nature. So you and I, if we're working together, you got to challenge me just as I have to challenge you. And a lot of times it makes people uncomfortable, but I don't think you can argue with the results.
Yeah, he said that you didn't give him the ball enough, that you were shooting too much.
I don't know. I mean, it's I think he had plenty of opportunities.
Struggled was that second quarter against Oklahoma City. Good dish off. Kobe on self, 33.5% from the three-point line.
I just think philosophically, that relationship was never going to work.
He didn't respect Shaquille O'Neal because he wasn't working like that.
Who would Shaq be if he had your work ethic?
He'd be the greatest of all time.
If Shaq had your work ethic,
he'd be the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time by a mile.
Sure, yeah. I wish he was in the gym. I would have had 12 rings.
But if you're working like LeBron worked, he'll respect you enough to be like, all right, you think, nah, he wouldn't show him the ropes at all.
He probably would have showed him the ropes, but I think it probably would have been later in his career when Kobe saw like he was on the down slope of his career. Because LeBron being a person that just diss and switch, he's literally looking at him as a point guard. And Kobe's like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm the Jordan of the team that's gonna bring us home, especially like in the clutch moments. It's kind of like I would see LeBron probably on the same wavelength as KD and Golden State.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's different. I remember calling Dirk back when he was a free agent, and I called him. I said, Dirk, listen, I know, you're not leaving Dallas. I get it, but I got to make the call. What do you think?
And I think on the decision night, he told you once and for all, I've got to go down and join forces with D-Wade and Chris Bosh.
Because think about it. LeBron had pretty much everything he wanted, so to speak, in Miami, but he still felt something was lacking because he didn't give that ring to Cleveland. And he left that situation and went to Cleveland.
He says, yeah, man, you're right, bro. I'm a lifer like you, man. We don't leave. And so it's just a different philosophy about it.
So I think LeBron, even though he was in LA winning, Kobe was still because Kobe was homegrown. And I think Kobe would have took that into consideration, like, yo, I know you're great, but the Mamba, he was always on some, yo, these young boys can't F with me. Like that's what he would always say, about the new generation coming up. So I don't think he would have relinquished it just on the strength that you came to my team, I'm the man, I'm homegrown here, and you just a Stockton. Like
he may just be a Stockton, but at the end of the day, Kobe's been getting injured.
Oh, and he's limping, he's hurt. Kobe's hurt.
And with Kobe's injuries, he's going to have to sit back and watch his teammate and support his teammate. And he's going to see like, wow, I need to stop wilding out. I messed up with Shaq. I'm not going to mess this up. Like this young bull, he's balling. Like if I can just tell him how to be a little better, we can win way more rings than Michael Jordan ever won. I think Kobe would have thought about that more than I want to be a hater. It would have been like, nah, we could win like 10 rings together.
But do you think Kobe would have taught him to be a leader?
One day in practice, I tried to talk to him outside of, basketball, about football. He looked at me in practice and was dead serious and said, you can't talk to me. You need more accolades under your belt before you come talk to me.
That's the key thing right there, because playing with somebody, giving them tips, this, that, and the third, but coaching them to be a leader.
Yes. That's what Kobe did in the All-Star game, even in the Olympics. But when LeBron passed that ball, Kobe was getting on him, like leading him, like, yo, why wouldn't you take that one-on-one challenge? Why did you pass that ball? And LeBron was trying to say, because he was open. And it was like, no, what you needed to do was go against me right now. He was leading him through, like, example.
I think everybody's cut differently. And, he has his way of leading that he feels like will be most effective and work for him. And, obviously the way we've gone about it with this organization and the leaders that we've had, myself, Magic, and Kareem, we've done it a different way.
And in the Olympics, that's where LeBron started getting his game from. It was like, wow.
But I think with LeBron and Kobe, it was the 4 o'clock workouts that Kobe did. LeBron sees that, okay, you working, I'm gonna work.
Kobe started seeing how he was working out. Kobe started appreciating him. So Kobe started giving him more confidence. That's how LeBron started getting better. It wasn't just Wade. It was being with Kobe in the Olympic team. It showed LeBron how to up his game. And it was like, oh, I got to do it this way. Yes, because the superstars, the Kobes and the Jordans do it different. They do it different. And he learned from example from watching.
I agree with you, but that's as an opponent. But as in being my teammate, and you're gonna supersede me, and I still feel like I'm in my prime.
Brian, angle that double on a slant more.
Where he's going to the basket.
Okay. Just like, yeah.
Nah, I don't see Kobe doing that, man.
Cuz, keep in mind, Kobe told LA, yo, show that boy some respect. Like, don't just count him out. Like, Kobe was letting them know, embrace him. Like, when he came, like, embrace him. Kobe want to win. That's Kobe's game, is I want to win. If I could give LeBron some confidence to win.
To see this franchise continue to progress and do well. I mean, that is the most important thing.
I'm going to give it to him.
So that means I want the Lakers to win more championships.
Jordan turns and faces. Shot clock at 7. 6.
Same thing with Shaq. When they played Orlando, right? Jordan drove to the basket and Shaq put a hard body foul on him. And when Shaq went to help him up, he was like, he knew Shaq wasn't emotionally strong or emotionally there. He didn't have the mental capacity to be a leader. Mm-hmm. That's when Jordan told him, yo, don't ever help anybody up. You not helping them up is like basically saying, yo, I don't fear you. I'm paraphrasing how it is, but
I get what you're saying. He learned from that.
It was something to show like, yo, if you're great, don't help nobody up. That's something like that's ingratiated. Like that's one of the best compliments that you could show respect for a player, But if you go help them up, that means that you're intimidated. So Jordan was like, at that moment, I knew basically the fear of God in Shaquille O'Neal. I knew he wasn't ready yet. So he didn't mind teaching him, but you think if Shaquille O'Neal came to the Bulls, Jordan was going to be like, I bet, I see you're a great player, you're going to be the leader? Absolutely not. He wouldn't have accomplished that.
That's how he was teaching the guys on his team, though, Jordan. He was pushing you. He was pushing them to be their best.
We kind of needed that, you know what I'm saying? I needed him to be the bad guy, the tough guy.
Definitely, but to supersede me, because D Wade basically taught LeBron to be a leader, and he actually relinquished that power to LeBron.
Oh, you want to sit at the head? Cool, I'm gonna go where I'm comfortable with.
But one can say, like, yo, D Wade is nothing to sniff at.
He's not, but he's not Kobe Bryant.
No, I know that, but still, something is to be said. It's like, yo, you do realize D Wade won a ring before you even got here, right?
It had to be bigger than me, which was hard to do because we all come in like, check the name on the back.
Right.
At the end of the day, he still has the mental to be a champion. You're mentally weak right now. You're not as mentally strong as our homegrown is. Yes, you have the talent, but this man already took us there. He already made us climb that mountaintop.
So for us to win rings in this day of age, you have to be who you are. And that's, besides Kobe, it's the game's greatest player.
Right.
And so I can't stand in the way of that.
So I think that's what would have been hard, I think, for Kobe to relinquish. D Wade was like literally relinquished it and was like, yo, in order for us to get to the top, you have to be the leader. See, I think that's the difference too, though. Let me just say this, and then the floor is yours.
LeBron was coming to town. It was already done. And he said to me unequivocally, LeBron does not know or understand LA. And he's not built for it the way I'm built for it. He's just built different. He's not the savage competitor that me and Mike are. I'm the type of killer that wants to kill you and your whole family. LeBron just wants to be loved, wants to play ball, wants to win games. But he is not the killer that me and Mike are. Look, he's a better player than Kobe. Kobe Bryant is not one of the 10 greatest NBA players ever, okay? He's not the greatest Laker ever.
If LeBron would have went to the Lakers,
I could have went anywhere. I still would have been the face of the league.
The Lakers wouldn't have needed LeBron to be the head honcho in order to win a ring, because they had that head honcho in Kobe Bryant. They had a good person, a good big man, as in Pau Gasol. The Miami Heat lost because they didn't know who the leader was going to be.
Me as a leader,
right.
Spo as a head coach, we got to do a better job to make sure that he's not struggling. Right. How are we getting him the ball in certain places to make it easier for him?
Right.
Because you know, as a player, all you need is one thing to go your way and to turn everything around.
Right.
We didn't do enough of that for a guy who was struggling.
Him going to the Lakers, Kobe is like, yo, I'm the leader. You're going to get everybody open. So the fact that they didn't have that direction is why they lost to the Mavericks.
First year, I think we both averaged 25 a game. It was kind of even. Same shots, same this, same possessions.
And it took D Wade to say, no, you have to be the leader. We're going to follow your lead.
To be in this breath, in this conversation, you have to win championship. We're going to do what we got to do to make sure that you good.
And that's what made it work. I don't think they would have needed that to happen in the Lakers for them to be successful.
I do a lot of talking to try to lead these guys with my voice a lot. You know, my voice is very powerful, and you guys know what he do on the court.
But I just had to look at myself in the mirror and say, this is not why you playing with LeBron James. You're not playing with them to check the name on the back. You playing with them to check the rings on your finger.
Correct.
And so let's get to that.
Yes, and with what you just said, yes, D Wade, the first year, he felt like he was the leader. He was taking the most shots. He didn't relinquish the team. It's once he noticed, like, yo, LeBron is better than me. That's when he had no choice. If Kobe sat there like, yo, we didn't win, and he sees that this guy is better than him, yo, you're going to have to do what you got to do to eclipse Jordan. If it's letting LeBron understand, I want you to run the point. I want you to just do what you got to do. I'm going to be open, so make sure you involve me in Pal. But I do, believe it or not, I think the Mamba would say, do your thing. Do not just sit there deferring all day. Nah, do your thing. If you could get to the basket, get to the basket. Why wouldn't he do that? That's the same thing Wade did. Wade didn't want to give up his team. He had no choice.
But at that point in his career, was Wade better than Kobe Bryant? No.
At that point, nobody was better than Kobe. Like, nobody.
I talked to LeBron back in 2005 for a story I did for ESPN, the magazine. He admitted at that time, he said, Kobe Bryant's the best player in the league. He said, right now, I don't have that killer instinct to the degree that Kobe has it.
And that's what I'm saying. It was easier for Wade to relinquish it than a Kobe Bryant, because Kobe Bryant was, you know, the creme de la creme at that point. So that's what I'm saying.
But if he got to see LeBron on his team, he see LeBron is just in practice busting his cheeks. If he was seeing that, he's going to have to say, I want more than 6 rings. I tell you, I think Kobe want more than 6 rings because that's what Jordan always threw in his face. Jordan always, I got 6.
Yeah, he definitely wanted more than 6 rings, but I don't know, man. See, this sucks because I wish I had a time machine and we could like alter things and move chess pieces around to see how it plays out, because like, as much as we're speaking on it, it's like, dang, I really do want to know if what you're saying is what would happen or what I believe would happen or whatever. But it's very interesting, man. Like it's interesting to say the least. But if he would have went to the Lakers, I don't believe the Mavericks would have went to the finals, and I believe it would have been the Lakers versus whoever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe they would have won. Like I said, the only question I have is, would he have learned to be a leader from Kobe? I think eventually yes, but what I want to also figure out is, would he have won more rings?
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
Like, if they had such a good thing going there, would he have ever went back to Cleveland, so to speak? Like, it's so much things that we could dissect and look at. Well, then again, I think he eventually would have went to Cleveland because he wanted to bring, you know, his home state and home city ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he probably would have went over there with 3 or 4 rings instead of you know, having 2 or whatever.
I think injuries would be the only thing stopping them. Kobe getting injured. I think that's the only thing that could stop them from 3-4 rings.
But here's the thing. Do we think Kobe would have really got injured as he was, because now he has somebody else to carry that load, which means that he could rest his body a bit more?
Point.
You feel me? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I would have loved to see those wars between the Lakers and the Spurs with Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, and Kawhi too. They would have. Yeah, that would have been phenomenal, man. But hey, you heard my talk, you heard June talk, but don't call it locker room talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your talk in the comment section. And if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and share it amongst your friends. And with that said, we will catch you, ladies and gentlemen, on the next one. Peace.
Hey, that's that locker room talk right there.
This was Locker Room Talk.
Hey, that's that locker room talk right there.
This was Locker Room Talk.